KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
102.7 FM, KCHW. Chewelah.
KCHW headlines. I'm Chuck Ritchie. The EPA is proposing a Superfund site within 150 miles of the Upper Columbia River in northeast Washington. Years of pollution from a giant smelter complex just north of the Canadian border has left the area contaminated with lead and other hazardous metals. The EPA wants to add it to the national priorities list, which would unlock cleanup funding through the federal Superfund program. A batch of gun regulations are likely headed to the governor's desk, including one that would require reporting lost or stolen firearms within 24 hours. Washington had 896 gun deaths in 2021, a 71% increase over 2000. State lawmakers have unanimously passed a bill that would include trafficked children in the definition of abuse and neglect and require state agencies to screen children for commercial sex abuse. The bill would also extend or remove the statute of limitations to prosecute sex traffickers. It now goes to the governor for his signature. The legislature has passed a bill to recruit and train more attorneys for jobs as public defenders and prosecutors in rural and underserved areas. The bill is now headed to Governor Inslee's desk to be signed into law. For KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie.
Thank you so much for being my friends. You can do it!
Aww. Good morning. It's your friends here at the KCHW Morning Show. It is, what day is it? Thursday, March 7th. Do you believe it's we're already heading into the second week of March?
You know what happens when you get old? Just things start moving way, way too fast.
Right? Like I'm still ready to put away the Halloween decorations.
Yeah, but you never stop. You never stop enjoying Halloween, do you?
Never. It's year round.
Were you one of those people that got married on Halloween? You liked it so much?
No, we did a June thing. You know,
I had some friends that were kind of like you and your wife. They really enjoyed Halloween, and so they got married on Halloween.
You know, it was a consideration, but the cheapest places we could find to get married were outdoors, and we were in Alaska, and it was too cold.
Oh, yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
It's practical. It was just a wedding in June. That's all that it was.
All right. Well, getting started this morning, we'll take a look at that weather forecast. Got it much better than me. We've been enjoying kind of the same weather a lot of the times that you have in Washington because we're on opposite sides, you know, but it's very similar. But enjoying 40, 50 degrees for the past 3-4 days, and then woke up to 4 inches of snow this morning.
Whew. That's a lot. I mean, I can't say I wouldn't hate it here because, you know, the fire danger and all that I keep talking about. But, you know, we got spring coming, so I'm happy without it.
Let it go.
Yeah.
44 for a high today in Chewelah with mostly sunny skies. Going to be nice, mainly clear tonight, but you will drop down to 25. 46 and 30 for your Friday under partly cloudy skies. Rain for Saturday, 44 and 34. A rain-snow mix for Sunday morning, 42 for a daytime high, 35 for an overnight low. Nothing to stick around. On Monday, 46 and 36 with a morning rain snow mix again. So back to work on Monday, going through like the little pass there at Loon Lake. Just be careful. Other than that, everything should be cozy. Nice.
Well, if we skip ahead, have you look to Saturday the 16th?
I just closed it, but you can inform me.
Yeah, Saturday for the 16th, the high temperature is predicted to be 60 degrees. 60.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then from then on out, the highs are in the mid to high 50s.
Nice.
For as far as it shows for the rest of the month. Yeah.
Breakfast for the kids today is a stick.
A stick. Here, kids.
It is the breakfast stick.
Get it, kids. It's going to throw a stick.
Funny thing is, they just might if you asked them to. Cereal, fresh fruit juice, and your choice of milk. And then for lunchtime fun, it is a hamburger, hot dog, French fries, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, pudding, and a choice of milk. And they're doing the Friday fair on today because there is no school tomorrow.
I heard that. Do you know the reason why?
I do not.
It is a day that they're getting off because there were no snow days this year. So they have scheduled snow makeup days to where if they had snow days, then they would go to school tomorrow. If not, they get the day off.
All right. All right. That's excellent.
So it's a no snow day.
So watch out. There might be kids playing around town if you're out and about in your car. Let's see. Today, food bank's open from 10 to 2. That's at, of course, the food bank right next to the senior center downtown Chewelah. Line dancing there between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. tonight. And then I don't know if you did an interview yesterday, but there is a First Thursday art walk.
We did. We had the lovely. Oh my goodness, my brain is drawing a blank. We had Marcy Bravo, and my brain. See, Scott, it's really early. And trying to remember names is a hard thing for me. And she's a lovely woman. I know her, but I can't remember her name. So now I just look like an idiot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It happens.
Right.
It happens fairly easily.
I'm pulling it up right now. I can probably maybe help you out. It is tonight, 5 to 8, downtown Chewelah. Art Talk with Marcy Bravo and Jamie Rose Lord.
Thank you.
All right. That happened last night. Now, you've got the interview up on Facebook and YouTube, I'm hoping?
Yep. It's up on our Facebook page and YouTube page from yesterday at 4 p.m.
All right. If you'd like a little preview, take a break today sometime at work. That's right. You get breaks, don't you? And check out that video on our KCHW channel on YouTube or Facebook. And then the art walk tonight between 5 and 8 should be very nice for that. There you go.
Yeah. I love those interviews with the artists before the art walk. They're really great. They're fun. They're just kind of casual conversations, and you really get to learn a lot about the artists. And it's fun to go there and then see their art after you've had those conversations with them. It kind of helps you relate a little more.
I'm jealous that you get to do those now. That's one thing. One of my favorite things was having people perform live in the studio on the morning show, and bringing in those art walk folks that come to town and doing art on the radio. Just because there's some radio art shows, but to the point when we started it's probably happening now more so. But we early on we grabbed right onto the video casting, and it was so much fun to be able to do that in conjunction, do art on the radio, and let people be able to see it through watching us on Facebook as well. I think that's pretty fun.
Right. And as we can see behind you, we have a whole new news bureau going on there.
Yes, we put quite an investment into the main KCHW news studio. As you can see, people and screens behind me. Everybody's busy, and they're being really quiet for me, which I appreciate.
That's good. Shh, everybody, be quiet.
So if breaking news happens, you'll probably see it behind me on one of those screens. All right.
Looks like we've hired about 10 new people.
We have.
Yeah. I hope they're volunteers, Scott.
Yeah, no fake news today. Not behind me. No. All right. I just thought it matched my shirt, so I picked that background. But it is a live action background, which is kind of fun.
It's funny how they keep doing the same thing over and over again. Very efficient.
Don't pay attention to that. They're just busy. A lot of stuff in radio is repetitive. All right. Let's see. I think, and I'm pulling up our community calendar that you can submit from our website.
Yes.
Sometimes we get things on there that do not make it on the community calendar for the chamber. But realize, you submit stuff to us, but submit it to the chamber as well. And you're going to get, just twice the coverage on your event. Deborah sent one in celebrating St. Patty's Day. This is, I have to open the flyer because she didn't put it on the text part of it. So just bear with me for a second. Go ahead.
I've got it here if you want it.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead then, please.
Yeah, so this is going to be at St. Mary's Catholic Church, Tuesday, March 12th, serving dinner. The dinner starts at 5 p.m. It's free. Everybody's welcome. And this is from the Christian Faith Resources Group here in Chihuahua.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah, the Catholic Church always lets them use their cafeterias. That's really nice. Also, Angela sent in a note from Providence St. Joseph Hospital. Their guild is hosting their 2024 Spring Silent Auction. They do this all the time as a fundraiser. And the guild supports with these funds an annual EMS training scholarship for the Chihuahua Rural Ambulance and a renewable health occupation scholarship for a Jenkins High School graduating senior. And that's awarded through Dollars for Students. You can participate in this at the St. Joseph's Hospital cafeteria or Acres United Drug. You make bids, and that bidding will open on March 12th and close at 10:45 on March 26th. So you've got roughly about 2 weeks there. Yeah. Guild members look for unique items throughout the year to create these interesting and one-of-a-kind baskets that you're bidding on. And if you're interested in joining the St. Joseph's Hospital Guild, contact the volunteer coordinator, and that's Angela again. Her phone number 509-940-1803, 509-940-1803. The great thing about this is it's providing jobs in the community too.
Right.
So
yeah. No, it wouldn't. And I had an ambulance driver come and save my life a couple of years ago. So thank you to everybody.
So you know how important that is.
Yeah, exactly. It's and man, they had a tough job getting me out of the bedroom with my little 24-inch door.
Were you a little too big for that 24-inch door? That was what you're saying?
That was before I had lost all the weight, Scott.
All right.
Yeah.
That was a different Chuck Ritchie.
That was a different me. Yeah, that was not this me. A different version.
It was this guy.
Surprise! Surprise!
Pretty much.
I have my, and I've gained a few pounds back, but not like I was when I first started the radio station. I have like the before and after pictures, and when I see it, it makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Right. I've got a good one of me standing. It was the dedication for the kiosk in front of the city hall of me standing there. It was on the front page of the paper. Me standing there with my coffee cup and my sunglasses on. And Brandon Hansen actually did the article, and he sent me a message, said, "Hey, check out the front page of the paper." And I looked at it. I'm like, "Oh, okay. So who's that? Thanks for covering the event." And he's like, "No, look at the picture." And it was just this great big blown up picture of me on the front page of the paper. And I didn't,
a lot, right?
I didn't even recognize myself. I had to look, and I was like, "Oh, that's my coffee cup and my shirt. Oh my goodness, that's me." But I've got a great one of that one, and then me standing next to it after I lost the weight, and you wouldn't be able, nobody would believe that it's the same person.
Yeah.
So
makes you feel good though when the portion of it when you look at something like that of yourself, you're like, oh wow, I was really, really in bad shape, and then you can feel better that you look better now.
Right.
So, and you look great, Chuck.
Thanks, Scott. So do you. Your hair is on point today.
My what?
Your hair is on point today.
Oh,
the greatest thing is that nobody recognizes me, so nobody knows all the stupid stuff that I used to do.
Yeah. That's one thing I enjoy. You're like you now, when you're the boss at the radio station, you kind of just you worry about how you look maybe when you go out because people recognize you and know you. It's so nice. I can show in here in Lincoln, nobody knows me. I can show up in sweats. I can be obnoxious. I can honk my horn at people. All sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool.
Nice. I can't even make a quick in and out of the grocery store.
Yeah, no. I talked about that before. The girls we get to the grocery store and say, stay in the car, Dad.
I get that sometimes.
And they go in and do their shopping just because they didn't want me to stop and talk.
Dad, I just want a bag of chips. Can I just go in and get it? You stay here. Yeah.
All right. Here's another guy you don't want to be. State of the Union address. Who wants to be Joe Biden? Who wants that kind of pressure?
No, thanks. No, thank you.
All right. So, and what everybody's waiting for, and can you imagine having to be a president, do the state or any kind of boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do a big address, and knowing in the back of your head that every stumble, every mispronounced word,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, me and you do this. We'll do it for the next hour and 30 minutes.
Stumble and mispronounce our words? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for him, I mean, every single one is scrutinized. That'd be really, really tough. I mean, the stress of that alone, you think could give the poor old guy a heart attack.
Right? Well, when you're thinking in your head, don't mess up. That's when you're more likely to mess up. When you're obviously when you're consciously trying not to. That's what makes it worse.
I don't know what happened, but the GOP was trying to fight this because in order to have a State of the Union address, you have to be, I guess, invited by both houses. And but it happened, and here we go. And we'll be waiting for the elephant outside the room to make comments afterward. We know who the elephant is.
Yeah, we know who that guy is.
But yeah, America, the toughest crowd ever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. More news today. Former President Donald Trump's lawyer asked a judge Tuesday, to delay enforcing the $83 million defamation penalty coming down in just a couple days. I think it is set to expire Monday. So in order to make his appeal, he has to have that money in by Monday. In New York, it's a law. If you lose a judgment against you and you want to appeal it, you have to put that judgment plus 10% more for fees, fines, interest into an account. And right now, it's looking like Trump's having a really hard time coming up with that $91 million in cash.
Well,
who wouldn't, right?
Right? That'd be hard for anybody. But the rumors are that he is. Of course, this has been the rumors long before he even ran for president, that he's actually kind of broke.
Well, I saw a story a few weeks ago, and they said the problem for him was going to be these bonds, because there's only 6 banks in the world that could really loan that much money on a bond, and they might not want to do it for him.
Right.
Or he might have to put up Mar-a-Lago, and then they're going to look at, okay, is it worth $100 million?
Right.
That kind of stuff. They have to weigh those. If he doesn't have the cash and he's going for the bond, he's going to have to sign a large section of his wealth up as collateral for that in case he doesn't pay when it's required.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think the chances of him weaseling out of this one, pretty slim.
Old Teflon Don.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and at least he's got the Supreme Court on his side.
Yeah, he does.
Wow, that's all I'm going to say about that. Wow, what's going to happen? Our next big thing is as a country, we're going to lose faith in our Supreme Court for doing the right thing.
Right.
I mean, it's already started. It's going to keep going. All right. Scary news out of New York. National Guard has been deployed to the New York subways to tackle a recent increase in violent attacks in the subway system. So now there are armed National Guardmen hanging out, and women hanging out in the subway.
Wow.
It's kind of scary. It's kind of like going to a third world country and getting in, walking into the airport and there's armed guards everywhere. It kind of freaks you out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I went to Mexico a few years ago, and it was really bizarre. Like, you go driving around through Tijuana, and there's little mini pickups full of armed soldiers driving around the town. Then they'll stop at a stoplight, and half of them jump out and run into a building, and then the truck keeps running. It's like, wow, what is happening here?
Scary.
It was.
All right. Science news headlines. Voyager 1. This was launched in 1970, our first deep space probe. It's been going for over 40 years now, 50 years. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Several months now, and NASA's Voyager 1 has been sending back incomprehensible codes of repeating ones and zeros. I didn't even know they could make computers back then. Experts can't figure out how to fix a spacecraft from 15 billion miles away. Technology aboard the probe dates back to the 70s when the craft was first launched. The clicker you use to unlock your vehicle, according to them, has more technology inside of it than the probe.
Wow. Click, click.
Yeah.
Wow.
Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 were launched just 16 days apart in the summer of 1977, and so we haven't hit that 50-year mark yet, and have traveled billions of miles away from Earth since their journeys began. Much longer than expected, and very cool, especially considering the cold of space, that this equipment has kept running for 40 years.
That is impressive. I mean, for any piece of electronics to run for that long is impressive.
Reminds me of one of my first Hewlett-Packard computers that is up at the tower site right now. We rarely use it, only in emergency situations. But, I mean, that computer itself, it's got to be 25 years old.
Right. And again, the clicker in the car is probably more advanced.
Hey. All right. Some important news to take note of. FDA advised manufacturers to recall the following products, telling consumers who have them at home they should stop using them right away. It's got cinnamon, and it's been used in applesauce and other things. Concentrations of lead in the ground cinnamon products range from 2 to 3.4 parts per million, and that's enough to hurt you. Those brands are, in case you have one, La Fiesta, Markham, MTCI, Swad, Supreme Tradition. Those are sold at Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. And El Chalar. So all those products with cinnamon in them, just in case you have one in your cupboard.
Wow. That's
all right. Scary science, more science. Biotech company reveals a breakthrough that they've been working on it. We've heard about them trying to revive the woolly mammoth. Looks like they've had a breakthrough on that, and the woolly mammoth could be roaming the earth once again. The goal of Colossal Biosciences as a biotech company announced a major breakthrough Wednesday in its mission to revive the 6-ton, 16-foot animal back from extinction. Dow Space Company said it has created a set of stem cells from an Asian elephant in hopes of bringing back a creature that would be eerily similar to the woolly mammoth. It said this is probably the most significant step in the early stages of the project. But
wow.
Do we need it is the question.
We've seen this movie, and we know the warnings, and I'm sure the scientists are probably on the same page as me. Like, this is terrifying. It's a really bad idea, but holy cow, I want to see it. I want this to happen so bad, but I know it's a really, really bad idea.
The thing is, it won't really be the woolly mammoth from the fossil records.
Right.
It won't be that exact creature. It'll be something we've created in a stew.
Right.
So
it's woolly mammoth stew coming to shelves near you at Family Dollar.
Yes.
Mine without cinnamon.
Microsoft employee asking the U.S. government to look at the safety of his employer's generative AI tools after learning it has the capacity to produce seemingly inappropriate images for people. On Wednesday, Shane Jones, a principal software engineer manager at Microsoft to test the company's AI technology in his free time, submitted a letter to the Federal Trade Commission as well as Microsoft's board of directors regarding Copilot Designer, a text-to-image generator the software giant launched in March of 2023. In the letter, he claims Copilot Designer produced harmful content that he wrote included images reflecting sex, violence, underage drinking, drug use, as well as political bias, misuse of corporate trademarks, and conspiracy theories. So
Basically the internet.
Yes, Chuck. Basically everything on the internet.
Yeah, pretty much. All rolled into one AI image.
All right. Do you understand anything about quantum computers?
No, I left my quantum computer degree at home, Scott.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Scientists are working to channel the huge emerging power of quantum computers for the common good at a new institute that opened in Geneva on Tuesday. The Open Quantum Institute is calling on researchers from around the world to pinpoint the most promising future applications for this fast emerging technology. Quantum computing has the potential of changing everything, said Peter Lamach, chairman of the science and diplomacy platform GESDA, conceived the project. He told AFP the future technology was expected to be 10,000 times more potent than the computing power of today. Wow. Can you imagine if they combine that with AI?
Yeah, that's when things start to get scary, I think.
Yeah, very scary. During a ceremony late Tuesday at Europe's Science Lab CERN, that's where they have the Hadron Collider, I guess, where the Institute will be housed during its 3-year pilot period. Experts summed up discussions after a day of workshops focused on the various visions for the role it'll play, adding that it is a huge risk.
You think? I know. I mean, I'm equal parts a little scared of that, and wow, I want to see what that can do.
You know, when I look around though, and I think, well, what if computers and AI take over the planet and do away with us? You know, they can't really do any worse than we have.
Right? They could probably do it faster because they're smarter.
Maybe do it right.
You know, I've heard arguments on both sides of the AI thing. Like one, they are just computer programs that are designed by humans and can be, you know, we can put limitations, we can put everything in the programming, but where it starts to take over is when, over the time, is because it continues to learn and learn. When does it self-recognize that, hey, wait a minute, I can do this myself, and not allow humans to interfere with the programming? That's the point when it starts to break over, and at what point, you know, now, you know, we're just barely cracking the shell of AI technology. What's going to happen when it becomes self-aware, if that's possible?
It really creeped me out. I went to that Chat GPT when it first came out and started asking it questions, and I was getting squirrely answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I typed something about it not being real, and it actually got mad, started being rude to me.
Wow.
Yeah, and demanding, it kept responding to me that it was a real person.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was all kinds of creeped out after that.
Well, it is a little creepy because, you know, when it first kind of came out, it would give really squirrely answers that sometimes didn't make sense, or language that didn't mean anything. And it doesn't do that anymore. It's just in a very, very short period of time. It's the increase in the technology and its abilities have like tenfold year by year.
Very scary.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's very fast.
All right, let's move on to the fun stuff. There's your news headlines. All right, should we do a time check there? Looking at 7:44,
Yeah.
KCHW Cheweel. Thanks for being with us this morning as we move on to bits and breaks. Here comes Chuck with how can you insult someone, maybe Scott, without cussing? This could be a good tool for your Thursday.
And you know, these are very good for a professional environment.
Okay.
Somewhere where you can't just drop whatever you want to say. Actually, no,
I'm
I wouldn't use
Get
these.
on my skin.
I wouldn't use these in a professional environment either.
Okay.
I envy people who have never met you. As an outsider, what is your perspective on intelligence, Scott?
You know, that one might take me a little bit to figure out, which would make it even, worse and more so, right?
I really like that one. Wow. Scott, I hope you have the date you deserve. You know,
I'm planning on it.
that one's not necessarily an insult. If you've done some really good stuff, then maybe you deserve to have a great day.
That could be
So
true.
I do kind of like that one because it could work and not be an insult, but still in your head, you know.
Especially if
Yeah.
I did something really nice.
Yeah. I hope you have the day you deserve, Scott.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Looking
welcome.
forward to
You're
it.
welcome. You know, it's really sad to watch you try to use your entire vocabulary in one sentence.
Duh.
I love it.
Duh. Duh.
And the last one here. This is why we talk about you.
Oh. Wow.
I love
right.
some of those.
Those are good.
They
Those
are
are good.
good.
All right. You should write them down.
Right?
All right. Facebook crisis. Somebody posted this on Facebook asking people what they should do. I thought it prompted a good question, maybe even on our Facebook feed. My 6th grade bully, he literally beat me up and threw my bike in the lake, excuse me. And now he wants to be my Facebook friend. What's the etiquette? Etiquette. No, etiquette. Thank you. What's the etiquette for that? I mean, do you just go ahead and friend him? Do you chastise him a little bit to see if he apologizes? I don't know.
You know, this has actually happened to me. I mean, I didn't really get bullied too badly, but there were always the school bullies, and I've had a few of them send me a friend request and had this exact quandary, you know.
Huh?
And I don't know, it depends. You know, I know I'm not the same person I was in high school, and there have been a few people that I've sort of begrudgingly friended on Facebook, or that I recognized the name because I'm like, oh, hey, I went to high school with this person. Why not accept the friend request? And ended up being really good friends with them, you know, on through Facebook. So it's not necessarily, maybe they've changed their ways and they're not that bully that they were as a kid anymore. Or maybe they're worse now. Some are,
Curiosity might get you.
Yeah. Yeah, there have been a couple of them that were just, no, why would you send me this? But
I only had one real bully in school. And today I think I would accept the friend request. But I remember when he got really busted up and he had a broken leg and he was walking really rough. So obviously he's in a position where he's not going to pick on people. Right. And he came up and tried to be friendly with me. It was after school. He came up and tried to be friendly with me like we were buddies. And I used some choice expletives, told him he better get away from me as fast as he can before I push him down.
Wow.
And maybe that helped him stop being a bully. But you didn't have to worry about that if you were a bully and you got hurt and you couldn't be a bully anymore, that people might not take to you so kindly now.
But on the other hand, there were people that much years later, like at a reunion, ran into that I thought we were friends in school. And they're like, no, I was scared. I was terrified of you. I just was nice to you because I thought you would beat me up. And I never beat up anybody in school. I was not a bully, but I was I was a big kid and I played football and all that. So I think maybe I was a little bit. I don't know.
Well, there's that one time you shoved me in the studio and pushed me down.
Oh, yeah. But, you deserve that one. You were having a day. You deserved it.
That's what everybody says. That's what everybody says. It pushes me down. You had it coming, Scott.
No, you didn't. So it won't happen again, Scott.
All right. So feel free to post that on Facebook. What do you think? Do you forgive your bully or do you ignore him?
Well,
or maybe you can send him a message about how they made you feel.
Yeah.
See what happened.
Yeah. Maybe
I think that's kind of healthy. If you word it politely, that's kind of healthy.
It could be. There was a girl in particular once who was a very nasty person in school. Continued to be after school. Said some nasty things about somebody who was reaching out for help and did not go well. It didn't go well for her because I think pretty much the whole everybody in that group was all from our high school, and she lost a lot of friends over that. Oh. Just being a nasty person.
Maybe maybe it helps you learn though in some way.
Sometimes not this particular person.
All right.
So we do have a few people commenting, not about this in particular, but Catherine says, good morning. My cousin Jessica is listening from the Tri-Cities. So good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Very
always
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move along this morning, and let's go back and forth on these. Me and Chuck have some, in case you hate your job. A lot of people hate their jobs. Chuck, how you feel about your job today?
Good, Scott. Every day I feel good.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I love it.
Just checking. All right. But maybe you hate your job. I've had jobs I hated before where you dreaded from the time I get off on Friday. It was a Monday through Friday job to go. I dreaded it. It would ruin my weekends.
Yeah.
Because I knew I had to go back on Monday. So maybe you're in one of those situations where you just hate your job. We've got some odd jobs you might not have thought about that you could be qualified for. And Chuck, you want to kick it off?
The first one here is a breath odor evaluator. Ooh, wow. So, hi. Would you like a bite of my garlic sandwich?
Yuck. What do they do?
Odor judges smell nasty morning breath or breath insulted with strong scents like garlic or coffee. They rate the breath on a scale from 1 to 9, 1 being the worst, to test odor reducing products like gum or mouthwash. They smell the breath again and assign it a new rating.
Oh.
Can you smell me now?
Can I smell you later? Wow. All right. An ocularist sounds like something with the eyes. In short, they paint artificial eyes. Sounds easier than it is, since as with real eyes, no two are exactly the same. What do you do for a living? I paint eyeballs. No, they're not on people.
That's not necessarily a bad job, though. I guess that is just an odd job.
It is an odd job.
It might be kind of fun if you enjoy painting eyeballs. There's a career for you. Yeah. The next one here is a crack sealer or crack filler.
Okay.
So using silicone sealant, they repair the wear and tear inflicted on monumental structures like Mount Rushmore.
Oh, wow.
That wouldn't be
so there's some climbing involved in that.
Right?
Just be aware. Yeah.
Seems like something you'd have to be in good shape for.
Here's a job for you if you're an old miner. A gold reclaimer. You get to scour old teeth for fillings, melting the gold from them with broken gold jewelry into tiny gold pellets, which is then resold to jewelers.
Where do they get the teeth, Scott?
I'm not quite sure. I would think maybe graves.
Yeah, something about this doesn't feel right, Scott.
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe too.
Right. Wow. Let's just move on from that one before I come up with some bad jokes. Okay. So, a dog sniffer. That's once a week. They analyze the odor of. Why do we keep getting these? Once a week, they analyze the odor of a dog's breath to test the effect of their diet on their teeth. Breath is graded on a scale of 0 to 10, and it's categorized as sweaty, salty, musty, fungal, or decaying.
Ew. So I work as a breath odor evaluator, but I moonlight on the weekends as a dog sniffer.
Yeah. You mean you can get paid for that? That's just my life.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I've been bitten a few times.
That's just me trying to watch TV.
Of course, when I hear the word dog sniffer, I imagine something else.
Right?
I know that guy. Potato chip inspector. Search for overcooked or clumped chips to discard as they come down the assembly line.
Yeah, that one was clumpy. Nom, 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 nom.
I can tell that's a job where you gain a lot of weight.
Right?
It'd be funny if you did have to eat them.
I know. Oh, this one's no good. Oh, this one's no good. Oh, this one's no good. Yeah.
Here's a job for you, Chuck.
Yeah, safe cracker. When combinations are lost and forgotten, safe crackers use their ears and fingers to open the safe.
Huh.
I mean,
it makes it sound way too easy,
right? Well, you just listen and do it. Just open it. Yeah. Have you ever seen videos of like actual professional safe crackers?
No.
They really do make it look that easy. They just kind of like boop, 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 and they're done.
Wow.
We had to. I remember as a kid once, my dad bought. It was a used safe, and he like a gun safe, and he didn't know what was in it. He got it for really cheap because the people that were selling it didn't know how to get into it. It was empty, you could shake it around and tell there was nothing in it. But he hired somebody to come and open it up and replace the lock so he could use it. And man, that guy got in there like it was nothing. He just kind of ship. Okay, there you go. It took him longer to replace the lock. It really is. And the guy just, he had his little stethoscope thing that he used, and I think he had a little magnetic contraption that he like put on it, and it was easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary. Because criminals probably have that too.
Oh yeah.
Though with the word safe cracker, you think with the cracker in there, you'd be able to work with some pyrotechnics at some point. I hope.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Or a crane.
All right, paper towel sniffer. This is worse than the dogs, maybe. Paper towel manufacturers prefer their products to be odorless before, during, and after their use. Naturally, paper towel sniffers ensure that once a paper towel is used, there's no noticeable scent.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Have you ever actually used like a paper towel or something that does stink when you get it wet? Like,
no.
I've used some, especially sometimes fast food places, or you get like these cheap gas station napkins or whatever, and you get them wet, and they kind of have this like funky egg smell.
Okay.
And it's really, really bad. I don't know. It's probably the sulfur from the paper manufacturing process maybe hanging out, but I have noticed that before. Horrible stuff.
I hate that we know this now, because now every time I go to grab a napkin, I'm going to sniff it first.
I'm just blowing my nose, I swear. The last one here has always been one of my dream jobs since I was a child. I think this would be an ultimate job. You can work in movies, and you can still go to the grocery store or the gas station without everyone hounding you for autographs like they do you, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Foley artist, and they use whatever they can to create and record noises used to make sound in films, like heavy footsteps, rolling thunder, or creaking doors.
Big in plays too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It used to be more so. A lot of times they use sound effects now. Google it on YouTube, or search it on YouTube, and you will see some absolutely crazy movies. They put a couple guys in a room. It's surrounded in the room is all sorts of furniture and items that break easily. They've got special furniture and things sometimes. Sometimes it's just regular glass. But they have screens all around them, and they're watching the movie and making the sound effects as they happen on the show. It's pretty crazy.
And sometimes what they make the sound effect with is not at all what you would think they would have to use. There's just weird random things to make different sounds, you know?
It's like you probably learned, if you took a drama class, you learned, you do a cellophane wrapper from a cigarette makes an excellent campfire.
Yeah.
You crinkle it.
Yeah.
You know, things like that.
I did learn, so Foley art is specific to movies, because when we were doing the Christmas play, I used the term Foley with the guy that wrote the play, the play that the adapted play that we used. I used the term Foley, and man, he shot back immediately. That's not Foley. That is sound effects. Foley is for movies only.
Oh, movies only.
Yeah, and I just assumed that Foley art was any kind of, sound audio effects. Yeah, but apparently, or according to this one guy anyway, it's not.
All right. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Right?
All right. How about let's do a few of these odder jobs. All right. So these are maybe not quite as good. The first one is a diner. D-I-E-N-E-R. They prepare cadavers for the pathologist before autopsies are performed in hospitals. How exactly they prepare them? Don't want to know.
Do you think they could have come up with a better term than diner?
Well, I don't know. Spelled right.
It is D-I-E-N-E-R. I wonder.
Just don't eat at the diner.
Yeah. No.
All right.
A ribbon candy puller, after heated combination of sugar, corn syrup, water, and coloring agents, have been cooled. Batches of different colors are laid out side by side. Then someone pulls the candy thin until it's about an inch wide, and the final product is a multicolored hard candy.
Seen that before?
You ever watched them in action? Yeah. There used to be when we lived in Tennessee in Gatlinburg, there was this it was an old John Deere tractor converted into a taffy candy pulling machine. And it was beautiful. It was like it was from, this same piece of equipment has been in this window of this particular store since like the 1920s. And so it's an old antique tractor that is really neat to watch. It doesn't look like a tractor anymore, but it's parts from a tractor that they converted to make this homemade machine. They painted it. It's beautiful. And it's really sort of almost zen-like to watch them pull this candy. It's really cool.
Yeah. It was fun. I watched a video of a place that made homemade candy canes during the holidays, and getting to watch them do their stuff was pretty fun, too. All right. Next one's a job I once had for 2 weeks. Flatulent smell reduction underwear maker. All right. As you take that job, you'll be creating underwear that protects against bad human gas for people who suffer from gastrointestinal problems. Underwear is made with various materials and filters to help remedy hydrogen sulfide gases, the main offender in foul smells.
Hold on, let me grab my notepad. What is the brand name of these products, Scott?
It doesn't say, Chuck.
Okay. All right. The next one here is beer tester. They taste and spit out the beer all day to approve new and existing flavors.
Yeah.
I thought it said new and exciting flavors, but
you wouldn't be able to swallow.
No.
I have to go home at noon every day.
Yeah. I have the best job in the world.
A lot of kids would love this. Video game tester. For hours a day, they play video games. They repeat levels, games, and characters, looking for any bugs and glitches in the software. And kids all over America doing that every day for free.
Yep. One of my kids does that for a video game company.
Oh, right. You were talking about that a week ago or so. Very cool.
It's not at a paid level yet, but one of their designs is now going to become an official character in the game. So that's kind of fun. Yeah.
I think you're up next.
Oh yeah. So this one kind of goes along with one. Oh, we already did this one. The potato chip inspector. They
skip to the last one. Then. That's always fun.
This one, and again, before we say this is a very important job, and I'm not saying that as a joke. Like, this is a very important thing. So we need these people, but this is not a job I would like. It's a porta potty servicer. Like regular restrooms, portable toilets also need maintenance. So once a week, the service workers clean the stalls and facilities to achieve standards of sanitation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Especially at big events and stuff. I mean, could you imagine if we didn't have these people?
So, I guess it depends on how far you have to drive to spot. But I know, so we have a pumpable outhouse here, and during the summer, and takes him 5 to 10 minutes, $70.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, at one hand, $70 for 5 minutes. Yeah, but on the other hand, thank you.
It's summer and it was getting a little ripe.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and do some stuff about kids. That's usually fun, what they can come up with. The first up though, we're gonna find out what kids have to say about marriage in a second. First up though, what was I was a weird child story. Okay, so everybody did something when they were a kid. These are some of the stories that I was able to come up with on the internet. First one up, it says, I was a chubby toddler who ran with my arms behind my back.
How does... I'm trying to envision how that works. Like flailing behind you?
Yeah, kind of like trying to fly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm the Starship Enterprise. Woo! That's what my stepson used to do. He would run around the house with his arms behind his back, saying, I'm the Starship Enterprise. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, next one.
One day, my mom went out of the back door of the kitchen to do something, and I locked it. He was only about 4 or 5 years old, then proceeded to get out 2 sticks of butter, a very large knife, and a watermelon. He cut the watermelon, smeared butter all over it, then sat the slices on many paper towels on the floor. He unlocked the door and invited his mom inside to join his picnic.
Oh.
Okay.
Doesn't say he got in trouble. Good mom. All right. Here's another one. When I was a kid, I thought it would be cool to play real estate agent. I went around all of the houses in my neighborhood on my bike and scribbled letters that said, get out on them in each mailbox. This happened during the anthrax attack scare just after 9/11. So people in my town started to freak out and go on a manhunt for the supposed terrorist.
Wow.
Oopsie.
I bet you, I mean, that's one you'd never admit to either.
Yeah. Or at least anonymously like this.
Although they'd check your Google account, Google history. What's the statute of limitations for a terrorist threat? Yeah. Wow. I told my second grade class I was a witch. I could cast spells on people in exchange for candy. So if little Susie wanted John to like her, I would cast a love spell for a Snickers.
That's ingenious.
It really is. I mean, that's just good business sense right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if Chuck had this problem. Next one, it says, I thought I could control the wind.
In some ways, I could.
I knew you'd take care of that.
Right?
All right.
I used to wipe all my boogers on the wall next to my bed.
That is one of the most disgusting things in a men's bathroom.
What, boogers on the wall?
Yeah.
I don't think I put my boogers on the wall in the bathroom.
Well, I don't either, but somebody does. The next time you're standing at a urinal, look on the wall. People have wiped boogers all over them, especially in places that don't like to clean the bathrooms, which is a good sign. Yeah. If there's boogers on the wall, probably shouldn't eat there.
I think when I was a kid, I used to put them under my mattress.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like underneath you reach under the bed, and yeah, it was gross.
Wow, he admitted to that on the radio.
Did. I was a kid.
We suck again!
Kids are dumb, and as far as dumb kids go, I was one.
Okay.
I apparently had to trust every... Did I do that last one, or did you do it? No,
I'm not sure, but go ahead.
Okay.
You're on a roll.
Apparently, I had a trust everyone phase where I'd get up from a table at a restaurant, sit down at a table full of strangers, and strike up a conversation. At one time, I did it on an airplane. Apparently, the lonely businessman thought that I was the coolest thing ever and gave me money for entertaining him.
Wow.
Oh,
I wonder if that could work as an adult.
Right? Usually it's just kind of you look around for the parent. Who belongs to the weird kid here? Yeah.
I'm just going to randomly find people and not stop talking to them until they give me money to go away.
That's what we do professionally, Scott.
Oh,
wait, they don't give us money though. They just secretly wish we went away.
And here's one person who posted anonymously, I walked in goose poop barefoot all the time because it felt good.
Oh. No. Never would that would that work? I did as a kid. I used to make these things. I would get wood slices from trees that we'd cut down in our yard, really thin. I would use a wood burner, and I was in Alaska, and I'd write Alaska, and I'd copy like the shape of the state of Alaska, and I'd varnish them, and then I'd also go collect moose poop. And I would then varnish the moose poop and glue it to my little decorative things and put magnets on the back and sell them in tourist shops. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Around Christmas time, I would make little felt hats and googly eyes and put those on the moose poop and make little elves and Santas. And I made keychains and little lapel pins with moose poop.
You are shockingly, I don't know.
I had a whole business line, man. I had my own packaging that I printed out and had little bags, and I had deals with like 3 or 4 different touristy gift shops to sell my stuff. I sold quite a few, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. They called him Chuck Moose Poop Richie.
That's right. They called me the Poop Kid.
Wow. Not as bad as this guy who made friends with a hill in the schoolyard. He says I would talk to him and he would talk to me.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, that poor kid, man, really had no friends. Wow. Okay.
Wow. This kid's father told him that if a bee was flying around, it would bite me, so I should bite it first. I bit it out of midair and chewed it dead.
Ooh. He didn't get stung on that one.
How do you, just grab it out of midair like a dog? What if it stung him?
This person says I would find a worm, put it in the palm of my hand, kiss it goodbye, and smush it into the palm of my other hand. Ew.
Wow. That's the kid to look out for.
Yeah. We had one in our neighborhood, used to like torture frogs and anything he could catch. He was horrible.
Oh, that's horrible.
All right, moving on. Children share how to make your marriage work. It says, wife work out thousands on therapy when making marriage work is really just child's play, as we well know, right, Chuck?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what some 8 to 10-year-olds had to say about marriage. Go ahead.
So this is about how you decide who to marry. You should go find somebody who likes the same stuff. Like if you like sports, she should like that you like sports, and if she should keep the chips and dips coming.
Oh.
You should like that I like this thing.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Another kid posted, no person really decides before they grow up who they're going to marry. God decides it all before, and you get to find out later who you're stuck with.
Wow. I mean, in some countries and religions, yeah, sure.
Kinda, yeah.
So this is about the age to get married. What's the right age to get married? This one says 23 is the best age because you know the person forever by then. Forever, because you're an old man.
So far away.
Yeah.
Also, another one. No age is good to get married at. You got to be fool. You got to be a fool to get married. Oh, smart little kid.
That's fair.
Whatever.
You might have to guess based on whether they seem to be yelling at the same kids.
All right. What do you think your mom and dad have in common? This kid put both don't want any more kids.
Wow. You know, that last one was supposed to be, how do you tell how can a stranger tell if 2 people are married? I forgot to introduce it with that part. Yeah.
Okay.
If they're both yelling at the same kids. So, yeah. So what do most people do on a date? They dates for having fun, and people should use them to get to know each other. Even boys have something to say if you listen long enough.
Oh.
Not all of us.
The next kid added, on the first date, they just tell each other lies that usually gets them interested enough to go on a second date. That's what I do.
I mean, that's just dating, right?
Yeah, dating in general.
Right? What would you do on a first date that was going bad? This person says, I'd run home and play dead.
All right. Another one says, when is it okay to kiss someone? And one of the kids replied, when they're rich.
Yeah. The next one who says that the law says you have to be 18, so I wouldn't want to mess with that.
Ooh, good kid.
Wow.
Another one, how would you make your marriage work? And the kid said, tell your wife that she looks pretty even if she looks like a truck. Wow.
Wow.
All right.
I've seen some pretty gorgeous trucks out there, though.
Yeah. Time check. We are looking at about 12 after the hour. Just a couple trivia questions for Chuck Ritchie.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, it'll be okay, Chuck. I only picked out a few to torture you with today.
Good.
First one, trivia question. Scientists say it's quite likely that nearly every person on the planet has the ability to wiggle their pollux. What are they talking about?
I'm guessing that's a part of your ear?
That's what I would have guessed too, but it's not.
Your nose?
It's an extremity.
An extremity that you can wiggle.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Does it have something to do with your fingers or toes?
I'll give you that. It's the thumb.
The thumb. Okay.
The thumb. A pollux. I had no idea. I've never heard that before.
I wag my thumb at you. Yeah.
All right, Chuck, you're going to spend about 6.5 years in this. What is it?
My car.
Your car is exactly correct.
It was that or the bathroom.
All right, I'm going to give you 5 questions. The answer will begin with the corresponding letter in the word bingo. By the time you're done, if you get them all right, you'll have spelled bingo.
Okay.
All right. Some kids ride one to a school.
A bus.
All right, good start. Another name for a small dwelling made of ice.
An igloo.
Cashews, almonds, and pecans.
Nuts.
Or pecans. Movie starring Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and Sigourney Weaver.
Ghostbusters.
Do you know if she's in the new one?
Is she? So is Bill Murray.
I said, do you know if she's in the new one?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, all right.
I hope
and
so.
What you cook in, Chuck?
What I cook in is an oven.
Yes, and congratulations, you spelled bingo.
For some reason, wok was the first thing that came to my mind. But I don't use a wok.
Spelled bingo.
Yeah, no.
All right. There are more than 20,000 brands of what worldwide? It's something we drink.
Soda.
No, sir.
Tea.
No, sir.
Coffee.
You can do it!
I'm not there yet. Is it juice?
It is not juice.
Is it? Well, sorry, I got my.
It's your phone.
Yeah, that was my phone.
Somebody's trying to help you.
I
thought this would have been your first guess.
My first guess. Well, 20. How many thousands of brands?
20,000 brands.
20,000 brands of this thing. Beer.
Beer. There you go.
Okay.
All right. What digit in the English language is the only one that has the same number of letters as its value? What digit? All right. In the English language.
Mm-hmm.
So what number is the only one that has the same number of letters as its value?
4.
4. Good job. You had to think about that one, didn't you? All right. It takes about 1 minute for this bodily function to occur. What is it, Chuck? Oh, my God.
The blood circulating around your body.
That's exactly correct. Is
it really?
Cheating? How'd you know that?
I am not cheating because I was trying to think of something. Yeah, it's just first thing came in. I think I've heard that before.
You are good at trivia, though. So, all right. Let's see. 15,500 of these in the U.S. are classified as high hazard. It is a thing in geography. Well, this is going to be a tough one.
How many? 15,000?
Yeah, 15,500 of these in the United States are classified as high hazard because of their potential failure would kill people. What are they?
And it's a natural feature?
It is not a natural feature.
Oh, is it a dam or a dike?
It is a dam.
Okay.
Did you take the dam tour?
No, I didn't take the dam tour.
Okay.
I passed. Right. I didn't have time for your damn
70,
tour.
76% of women did this today, but only 46% of men have.
Today, oh, man.
Something you might do shortly after you got up.
Brush your teeth?
No.
Go to the bathroom?
76% of women brush their teeth, but only 46% of men did. It is a nothing that happens in the bathroom.
Try it on more than one outfit.
Oh, that's a good one, but no. It's a chore.
It's a chore. Did the dishes?
No, probably wouldn't do them first thing in the morning.
No, I wouldn't.
For work, but
made coffee?
I never do this. I never do it. Rarely.
Put on high heels?
I do that all the time.
Okay,
Chuck,
okay.
Come on. You've seen me in the red pumps.
That's true. That's true. You look stunning, Scott.
Thank you.
It adds its 4 inches to your height.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know, Scott. I'm drawing a blank here.
I made the bed.
Made the bed. People do that?
Yeah, I know. Just shut the door. That's what I say.
Right.
Unless you're dating, then you want to have it made.
You get out of it in the morning. You're just going to get right back in it at night. Who's going to care in the meantime?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, Chuck, you did really good on trivia today. Big round of applause for Chuck Ritchie. When we come back, we'll have local birthdays. We'll also throw out some news and nuggets and wrap it all up with today's odd news. But you have to stay right here and keep on listening and watching. It's Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
You can do it! Release the Kraken! Go ahead and run! Run home and cry to mama!
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
It's 8:19.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheWelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheWelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Simon Gaitan. At least 50 people have been reported kidnapped by suspected Boko Haram insurgents in northeastern Nigeria. This is the latest mass abduction by the terrorists who have waged an insurgency in the region for over 10 years. Correspondent Ajek Mangut reports.
According to an official of the Civilian Joint Task Force, which helps the army to fight Boko Haram insurgents, the incident took place on Monday in Gamborungala community of Borno State. The official said those kidnapped were from an internally displaced persons camp. Boko Haram terrorists have kidnapped hundreds, killed thousands, and displaced more than 2 million people in over a decade. Those abducted in Monday's incident are mostly women. 3 of them managed to escape. Nigeria has struggled to end insurgency in the country, despite many efforts. But earlier this year, Nigeria's defense chief said security personnel are working to ensure that the country is rid of terrorists in 2024. Ajak Mangut, Abuja.
Russia launched a missile strike at the Black Sea port city of Odessa on Wednesday, killing 5 people during a visit by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Megumi Lim reports from Kyiv.
According to reports, the missile missed Ukrainian President Zelensky and Greek Prime Minister Mitsotakis by about 800 meters as it slammed into port infrastructure in the southern Ukrainian city of Odessa. But the strike killed 5 people and wounded several more. Russia began stepping up its attacks on Ukraine's port infrastructure after it withdrew from a UN-brokered Black Sea grain deal in July of last year. Megumi Lim in Kyiv.
The UK Foreign Secretary is in Berlin to meet his German counterpart Annalena Baerbock. We're told they'll discuss options to increase pressure on Russia and ways to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza. Stuart Smith reports from London.
The meeting comes days after Russian media published a phone call between senior German military officials, implying the UK is helping Ukraine on the ground with targeting their British-made Storm Shadow long-range missiles. Berlin says the publishing of the call is an attempt to sow disunity within NATO. Ahead of the visit, Foreign Secretary David Cameron said Europe needed to build up defences, stay close to its strongest friends, and reach out to new allies at a time of danger and uncertainty. The two foreign ministers will also discuss stopping illegal migration to the UK and recent efforts to force a pause in fighting in Gaza. Cameron pushed for that, as well as more aid to Gaza, at a meeting with a member of Israel's war cabinet on Wednesday in London. It comes as Iran-backed Houthi rebels killed 3 sailors on a cargo ship off the coast of Yemen. In response, the UK Foreign Secretary says Britain will stand up for freedom of navigation and back words with action. Stuart Smith, London.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks. Today, can Donald Trump unify Republicans around him now he is assured of securing the party's presidential nomination? Nikki Haley, his last remaining rival, dropped out of the race on Wednesday after a disappointing Super Tuesday and laid down this challenge for the former president.
It is now up to Donald Trump to earn the votes of those in our party and beyond it who did not support him. And I hope he does that.
But can he meet it? Anthony Scaramucci served as White House Director of Communications for just 11 days in the Trump presidency.
It looks good for him right now because he's winning a few primaries. But there are 2 things happening. Number one, he's not getting the crossover vote from Nikki Haley. If you went to Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, you're even hearing the early whispers. I voted for Nikki Haley. Would you vote for Donald Trump? Upcoming 40% of the respondents on average are saying no, particularly suburban housewives who are disgusted by Donald Trump. And I'm telling you right now, there will be a movement this fall of people to stop him.
An 8-month slog to polling day now begins, with November set to be a rematch of the 2020 election between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And President Biden on Wednesday made his own effort to reach out to Nikki Haley's Never Trump supporters in a bid to woo them to his side of the aisle. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories. 3 crew members have been killed by a Houthi missile strike on a merchant ship off the coast of Yemen. At least 50 people have been reported kidnapped by suspected Boko Haram insurgents in northeastern Nigeria. And a Russian missile strike on Ukraine's Black Sea port city of Odessa killed at least 5 people on Wednesday during a visit by Ukrainian President Zelensky and Greek Prime Minister Mitsotakis. That's the latest feature story news. Simon Gaitan reporting.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
Two wild and crazy guys!
Woo! That's us! Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We're back. We're 2 wild and crazy guys. Can't you tell?
All right. I got a wild and crazy guy right here. I just did a quick scan of news headlines on the top, see if anything had changed. Former heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson and social media influencer boxer Jake Paul facing off in a match at July 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, as part of a main event card airing on Netflix.
What?
Wow. Mike Tyson going back into the ring? He's like over 50 now.
You know, I grew up with Mike Tyson. You know, it was Mike Tyson fights in my house were a special event growing up as a kid. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a Jake Paul fan. I know who he is. I've seen some of his hijinks. He doesn't seem like he's I'll leave my personal opinions of him aside, but I have seen him fight, and he's pretty good. I mean, I'm worried he's going to hurt, and it sounds weird saying this, but I would be worried he would hurt Mike Tyson.
He has 10 professional bouts to his name. He's 27 with a 9-1 record. His most recent fight was a first-round knockout TKO of Ryan Borland last Saturday night in Puerto Rico. He also recorded a first-round knockout of Andre August in December. Now, Tyson turns 58 in June. Wow, so we are exactly the same age. So that would be like me going in a boxing ring. Besides that, I'm really tiny. All right. He won 50 fights in his career with 44 via knockout and was the youngest heavyweight champion ever at 20 years old. He last fought during an exhibition match in 2020 against Roy Jones Jr., which ended in a draw. Yeah. I couldn't imagine going up against somebody half my age. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would not want to step in the ring with Mike Tyson.
No.
He could be 90 and I wouldn't want to step in the ring with that guy, but still.
I'd keep my headphones on for sure. I'd duct tape them around my head.
I just keep your glasses on and just cry. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
No, earmuffs. All right, looking for some local birthdays with the one and only Chuck Ritchie.
I have him, Scott. So today on the Chula Valley Lions Club calendar, we have nobody.
Nobody?
Nobody for today or tomorrow, Scott.
No way.
It is blank. But then we better make some time tomorrow to read them for the weekend, though, because there's a bunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bunch, huh?
There's a whole bunch.
It's really light on celebrity birthdays, too, so maybe it's just not a big birthday day. Bryan Cranston turning 68. It's funny, his career, unless he was like really unknown and never noticed them, his career really started late in life. For him getting famous, at least.
Right.
Comedian Wanda Sykes turning 60. Rachel Weisz from Black Widow, Denial, and I believe she was in some of those mummy movies.
She was.
A long time ago.
She was,
54. Jenna Fisher from The Office is 50. Laura Prepon from Orange is the New Black is 44. And poet Amanda Gorman has turned now 26.
There we go. Well, Laura Prepon, also that 70s show.
All right.
Yeah.
It happened today. It's history with Chuck.
1987, speaking of Mike Tyson, he became the youngest heavyweight boxing champion when he beat James Smith in a 12-round fight in Las Vegas. He was 20 years old.
Wonder if that's why he announced the fight today. Kind of like an anniversary.
And I do remember that. I specifically remember one time watching boxing with my dad was a big thing we did as a kid. He was a huge boxing fan. We watched Mike Tyson as a teenager. I don't remember if it was the Olympics or it was just an amateur fight. I remember him. He had the headgear on, the protective headgear like they do in the amateur fighting. My dad turned to me and he said, "This is going to be the greatest boxer who has ever lived."
Wow, all right.
Yeah.
Maybe not so, but definitely famous.
The term greatest, but I mean, he was in his prime. Nobody could beat him until he got too lost in his own head. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, 1992, history's largest crepe was baked in Philippine Bloemfontein, South Africa. It was 41 feet, 2 inches in diameter, and 1.5 inches deep, and weighed 5,908 pounds.
And I ate it all myself.
How do they do that? Because I can't even hardly get a crepe to work without, the little thin ones, little tiny ones in my pan without tearing them in half. How do they do that thing?
Where do you get a 41-foot pan?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck, it's easy. You just need to find an active volcano.
And a nice flat rock.
Yeah.
I do love a good crepe. 1998, a Minnesota judge ordered tobacco companies to release 39,000 secret documents that might contain information on how the industry studied ways to lure children as young as 5 years old to smoke cigarettes.
It's called candy cigarettes. Probably a thing.
Right? Maybe using a cartoon camel as your mascot might have been a thing, Anime, especially at a time when adults didn't watch animation.
Yeah. Maybe it was my parents blowing smoke in my face for 18 years.
It's fine. Smoking. They're just lying to you. Smoking is not harmful for your health. Yeah.
In 2001, a Kenyan businessman who lost his cell phone called the number from his home telephone and heard his German Shepherd ringing. The dog then underwent surgery to remove the phone. Poor dog.
In 2000, I was just trying to. Any way you could use it still? I don't know. Put him on speakerphone.
Just open up his mouth. Call grandma.
Hey, Google. Find your way out of this one.
Wow. Where's AI when you need it? In 2008, a video of a U.S. Marine throwing a puppy off a cliff while in patrol in Iraq went viral. After making some admiring remarks about the animal, Lance Corporal David Motari tossed a puppy off a cliff. He was then discharged from the military. I wish I hadn't read that one. That's horrible.
Yeah. And notice how you started it and realized it was bad, but you just kind of kept limping through it.
Yeah. I skipped a sentence about the more descriptive stuff.
That's horrible. There's something, we hear it all the time. Every time there's a skirmish, we hear about what happens to, anytime there's a war, we hear about what happens to women. There's something about the human condition. When you give someone power over other people, they always go bad. They always go bad. Figure it out. I mean, you can look at former presidents. You can look at anybody who's been in a position of power. Look how crazy they get. Look at Elon Musk. I mean, he's off the rails. Yeah. That old thing, money and power corrupt, is absolutely true. And that's why I've had none.
Right. That's why I keep myself as poor as possible, so I stay a good person.
Yeah, I don't want to be corrupted.
Oh, we're going to move on from that one. In 2015, President Barack Obama stated that he did not know that former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton used a personal email address for government business. I don't even use my personal email for radio station business, Scott.
It makes you wonder about the actual intelligent level when you would make a choice to do that.
Yeah. I mean, why on earth would you be doing government business with like your Gmail address? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Then in 2019, Queen Elizabeth II shared her first Instagram post, a letter between mathematician Charles Babbage and Prince Albert.
Oh,
that's
nice.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's like my mom was 84 when she sent her first text message to me.
Really?
And I was impressed. And then she started, sometimes she'd send, pretty large paragraphs and stuff. Then I went out to visit her in North Dakota, and she was sending my sister a message, and I realized she still had a flip phone.
Wow.
And she was typing like long paragraphs. I was like, wow, that's impressive, Mom.
Wow.
With one eye.
I will occasionally, my dad doesn't really text. I'll occasionally text him. Sometimes I have to, because when we get on the phone, it's usually an hour long minimum, sometimes 2 or 3. That happens. But he'll usually respond about 6 to 8 months later with a one-word answer that does not answer the question. So, yeah.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah. Special events for today. It's Cereal Day, which I think they've pretty much found is really, really bad for us. So, just saying. Flapjack Day. I haven't eaten pancakes in a long time. It's probably something you stay away from too, right, Chuck?
I do not eat pancakes, no.
Right.
Have
you tried the new protein pancakes?
No.
They're actually good.
Really?
I've been really impressed. So since my youngest daughter moved out, she's really into the stuff that's different, like protein pancakes, protein pasta, and stuff like that. When that first stuff came out, I tried it because I was losing weight, and I found it all disgusting.
Right.
But I will say, coming back around 4 years later and trying it again with her, it's gotten a lot better.
Oh wow.
They figured out their recipe. The protein pasta, delicious.
Oh yeah, I do get these. They're like Eggos. They're just frozen toaster waffles, and they're wild berry and they're protein, and they're actually pretty good.
All right, see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right, name tag day. Even if you don't have a job where you need one, you should find one or make one and just wear it all day.
Yeah.
All right, Be Heard Day, Peace Corps Day, great thing. Plant Power Day. We're just kind of talking about that.
Yeah.
And Unique Names Day. All right.
Nice.
So celebrate yourself if you have a unique name. Number for the day, Chuck?
22. And those are the publishers that passed on Frank Herbert's Dune when he was trying to sell it. Good thing we passed on that one.
Oh, have you been to the new Dune movie yet?
I haven't. I thought the first remake movie was okay. It wasn't mind blowing. It was good, but I mean that first one, then from the 80s, nothing can compare to the level of 80s weirdness, David Lynchness in that movie.
I watched it last night.
The new one?
No, the old one.
Yeah.
So I watched the original Dune. I haven't found it online, but in the early 2000s, there was a Sci-Fi Channel, miniseries of Dune.
Really?
We were really excited to watch it. The first 2-hour movie was incredible, edge of your seat, and the next two totally tanked. It's like they spent their whole budget on the first 2 hours. It totally tanked. Going back to watch the original, if there's any fans of Dune out there, I found the brand new one, so part 1 that came out right at the beginning of COVID. I found that one more enjoyable. I watched it again so I can go see the new one and have it fresh in my mind. I enjoyed it more this time, watching it the second time a couple years later than I did originally watching it.
Okay.
What I will say, though, is Baron Harkonnen from the original David Lynch.
Yeah.
Far more disgusting, creepy. The guy that played that part was amazing because
he really was.
I mean, it still carries through today, even though it was like 1984. Baron Harkonnen is absolutely disgusting and terrifying. Not that he's not disgusting in the new one, but that original actor, he played it well. So going back to the original, there are actually some things that are better in it from the new one.
Yeah.
So,
well, and one of the common complaints is that he always did this whispering thing where he would explain the plot line as a whisper behind sort of everything. I've heard arguments for and against it. Against because obviously it sounds kind of cheesy and it's kind of a cheap, lazy way to move the story along. But at the same time, the book should be turned into like a 5-season TV series to really capture everything. So to be able
I'm surprised they haven't.
Yeah. So to be able to really, truly capture what's happening and explain to the audience what's happening, it was really not so much lazy storytelling, just a way to be able to get all that storyline in such a short movie.
In about the middle of the old one, they do it as well, and it isn't the whispering, but they go into like some narration, and it's literally so you can skip like 20 chapters in the book.
Yeah.
So, but I'm curious how they will do what the new one's going to be that's out at theaters right now. And the first time since COVID, I've been excited to go to a movie theater because there's something cool playing.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Chuck, since I need to get on the road a little bit early today, if you don't have anything else to throw out, I'm going to go straight into odd news.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're rolling.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
love this part right here. We kick off the odd news with the news attack. First sentence true, second sentence bad joke, and here comes Chuck Ritchie.
So the annual Academy Awards presentation is this Sunday. The Oscars, where rich people give each other gold statues for pretending to be other people.
Apparently the idiocy has not escaped someone.
Right?
All right. Now, a study found that dogs understand human emotions. It's awesome. Now, if they could just explain Mardi Gras, because I don't get it.
I don't get the baby in the cake. Why the baby in the cake?
Yeah, somebody help.
Right? Fractures are on the rise for elderly people who walk dogs, and the numbers are off the charts for elderly people who walk dogs while rollerblading.
And even higher yet for elderly people who walk cats while rollerblading. Or elderly people that just have a cat. I'm pretty sure when I get really bad, that a cat will be the thing that kills me. I'll be tripping over it. Pretty sure.
Probably. Well, the cat's probably going to live another, 10, 15 years? At this rate? Yeah.
A daylight savings times begins Sunday. It's one less hour of binge watching anything on Netflix. I'm so upset.
Nope. Nothing's going to stop me.
Okay. Good for you.
According to a study, doctors who marry doctors have fewer divorces than ones who marry non-physicians. It makes sense, though. No matter how bad the bedroom time is between the two doctors, neither one's going to sue the other for malpractice.
I like how you did that verbal double step, so you wouldn't have to say what it exactly said.
Right?
All right. Well, keeping it family friendly.
Yeah.
All right. National Guard will begin providing security on New York City subways. Only in New York can you get a shoe shine, and now a security briefing on the A train.
Something about that, it seems a little literally military, but at the same time, if I was on the New York subway, it might be kind of nice, kind of reassuring.
Yeah, at the same time, though, I think it's terrifying that you just can't be out in public and be safe.
Right. Yeah. And, for years, we've been hearing about how New York is getting actually safer and better. And it seems like it's been sort of tipping back the other direction.
I think it's overpopulation, really.
Or maybe they just had a really good PR campaign for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably more like it. America faces 8 more months of presidential campaigning. In a world desperate for peace and quiet, America boldly promises 8 more months of people yelling at each other on TV.
Wow. Wouldn't it be nice if we could all just take 8 months off?
Right? What if they just didn't campaign? We already know. Are there people at this point who are undecided?
Yeah. What really? What's the point?
Is there anybody right now who's undecided? Why do we need to do all the campaigning and all the punditing and all the talking? Let's just be quiet, enjoy life until then, and we'll go vote. And what happens.
What really depresses me is, we've got 666 million people in the country, and not one person has stood up and say, "Hey, we can't do this again. I'll do it."
Right.
Of course, it's got to be a 1%er because they got to have enough money for the advertising. So that's kind of it. But there, I am so mad at Dwayne Johnson. There was an hour there where people thought he was going to run, and he was thinking about it. And then he came out and said, "I can't do that to my kids," which hats off for him to doing that. But we really needed The Rock.
President The Rock. But would having a professional wrestler as our president, wouldn't that truly be idiocracy?
Yeah, I think so. But at
this point, that's a step up.
We got now.
I know, right?
I wish Arnold Schwarzenegger could have ran for president.
Talk to the hand.
He's a lot smarter than some people give him credit for.
Yes.
Yeah, he really is.
All right, study found that sleeping with a weighted blanket boosts melatonin production in the brain. So if you use one when I nap through staff meetings, the boss should be appreciative.
So when you find me curled up under the station studio desk, just let me sleep.
Just let him sleep.
If I'm cold, put a blanket on me.
On to Wacky But True. We don't add anything to these stories, but sound effects at the end from a movie or a television show. And here comes Chuck to kick it off.
A Kenyan man who sat through church services so he could steal the collection plate met his fate before he could spend his loot. The man was hit by a bus running across the street after stuffing his pockets with money from the collection. That is instant karma right there.
Mm-hmm.
Church officials won't say how much money the man had taken, and no word on how injured the thief was.
Okay, that's good. It could have been kind of a bad story again.
Right.
So I'm going to answer my own question. Mm-hmm. What would Jesus do?
Release the Kraken!
Kraken just so happened to be a bus. All right.
Wow.
A 42-year-old resident of Ajax, Ontario, was arrested and charged with impaired driving last month at a police station where he had driven to complain about arrest for a public intoxication from earlier that morning. Man asked to speak with the supervisor when he arrived at the police station, but officers noticed he seemed to be intoxicated and, after confirming he had driven himself, issued a breathalyzer test again, which he failed again.
Mm-hmm.
His license was suspended and his vehicle was impounded. They should have did that the first time.
Right?
Wow. All right. Wow. So kind of angry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you won't be angry? I will not be angry.
I'm packing you an extra pair of shoes and your angry eyes, just in case.
He throws an angry tantrum if he cannot have his way.
Prepare to meet Mr. Angry Eyes.
You're not smart enough to be angry. You're just mean and stupid.
Oh. That's kind of rough. Apologize.
So the next one here, a high schooler in Buckner, Kentucky. Say that 10 times really fast. Say. Actually, that's pretty easy to say.
That's going to come out wrong, Chuck.
It flows pretty nicely. Anyway, this kid found himself in chaos. Or the school found itself in chaos when a fart spray prank led to mass evacuation on Tuesday. The incident, which occurred at Oldham County High School, prompted officials to empty the building after reports of a noxious odor began circulating around 11 a.m. Emergency services, including the fire department and police, arrived to assist with evacuation and ensure the safety of students and staff. While 7 students reported discomfort from the smell, no further medical attention was required. Police investigations led to the identification of a 17-year-old girl who allegedly caused a disruption.
Oh, you wouldn't think a girl would do that,
right?
Wow.
Well, see, if it was a girl, then it's the artificial spray. If it was a boy, it would be the real thing.
Was that a fart?
You will not cry, or whine, or laugh, or giggle, or sneeze, or burp, or fart.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, our school actually got sort of evacuated. We showed up for school. I believe it was after Christmas break or spring break, after one of the longer breaks. We all showed up to school, and the smell in the school was overwhelming. And they all made us wait outside till they figured out what it was. Turned out in one of the science labs, there was like this 17-foot gigantic boa constrictor that lived in one of the classrooms that had died over the break period. And there was this like 100+ pound snake that had been doing its thing in the school for like 2 weeks while we were on break.
Wow.
And apparently no janitors or anything were in there in that meantime until school got started. Yeah.
All right.
Awful.
Thanks for that, Chuck.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Delicious.
You're welcome.
All right.
It was a good day.
46-year-old Nashville woman had a domestic incident with her boyfriend in the early hours of March 5th. Boyfriend advised the responding officers that the girlfriend, Patty, had attacked him approximately 4 days before. Yeah. The girlfriend told detectives that she and her man had a scuffle because she didn't want to give him a can of beer. Huh.
Get your own beer.
Yeah.
Let's try a little phrase. I like to call my boyfriend's back and there's going to be trouble. Hey, nah, my boyfriend's back. Can we try that one?
Then you and Victor were... Yes! Yes! Say it! He was my boyfriend!
Wow. And what movie was that from?
That was from Young Frankenstein, one of the greatest films of all time, with a great Cloris Leachman.
Good job.
Yep.
Good job.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So, doctors, was that me or that you? That was you.
You are in Spain, I believe.
I am in Spain. In Spain, an unidentified guy walked into a bank. He flashed a gun and then demanded money. As the teller was getting the cash for him, he took a look at the loot and decided that it would be too heavy for him to carry. So he asked her if instead she could just transfer the funds into his account. He then showed her his ID, and so she'd be sure to get the account number right. She did, and so did the cops who showed up at the crook's home shortly after he returned.
No way. What? No way. Who robs a bank and says, could you just put it in my account?
Just, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I would like a transfer slip, please.
You know, it's a good thing, but the criminals are getting dumber.
But you're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Don't call me stupid. I'm sensitive.
Where's the car keys?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
He's stupid.
Yeah, he is. Oh, my God.
Can I play that again?
Yes. But you're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Don't call me stupid. I'm sensitive.
Where's the car keys?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Wow.
On to China, where doctors removed 3 small sewing needles that were embedded in a man's brain for almost 29 years. Doctors believe the needles were jabbed into the man's head when he was just a few months old and his skull was soft.
Wow.
Yuck.
Yeah, by to the way, is your skull flexible? What? You know, never mind. It will be probably okay. Hold still.
Well, I was born without the top of my skull, and I guess a little bit of my brains was showing. It's grossing everybody out. So my mom put this wig on me to cover it up.
At least we know what happened.
Wow. Last one here in Argentina. Parents of a newborn baby claim they only found out it was a girl after they got home and changed her diaper for the first time. The hospital blamed it on an administrative error in which started when someone in the nursery thought the baby looked like a boy.
It's a what? What is it? What is it? What's going on?
What happened? What is it? Let me see that.
What is it? What do you see?
A hospital. What is it?
It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now.
Just a little mix-up. All right. That's our show for today. Don't forget, a couple reminders for today, in fact. Food Bank is open from 10 to 2. Line dancing from 2:30 to 4:30. And this morning I started out and I actually gave the wrong time. I gave the time of the art walk. Line dancing, 2:30 to 4:30.
Yes.
Art walk tonight on the streets of Chihuahua, brought to us by the Trails End Gallery and Tim Nelson. It is a first Thursday art walk from 5 to 8 tonight. There you go.
Very
Chuck,
nice.
what's on the radio?
Tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. we have Out of the Woods. From 8 to 9 is Kelton a Twist. And then from 9 to 11 we're finishing things off with Acoustic Cafe.
There you go. Love Thursdays. Great shows all the way around.
It really
Other
is.
than that, any closing words, Chuck?
Oh, no, just be safe out there if we get any. Well, we know we're not getting any snow tonight, are we? Maybe a little bit over the next couple of days? No, we're not. Okay.
I think we're okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're actually, it seems like spring is coming. So be happy, everybody. We got some nice weather out there and get out and do the thing.
All right.
Hopefully see
Just
everyone out of the art
more
walk.
than almost like a little 2 weeks away. Spring. Yay!
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to give a quick plug out there too. Chihuahua's Got Talent. You can go to kchw.org for the link to sign up, or you can go to chihuahuasgottalent.com where there's a sign up sheet, and we'll get you on the emailing list when the forms and everything go out.
Excellent.
So there you go. Excellent. And those preliminaries, the preliminary rounds are going to be the 20th and 27th. The final performance is May the 4th. So May the 4th be with you. There's going to be a Star Wars costume contest for the audience and a Star Wars theme. So we're going to be getting those posters out hopefully this week or early next week. We got them in progress, and we're signing people up. We've got a few people signed up already. So very exciting.
All right.
Very, very exciting.
Chuck, I am your father.
I knew it, Scott. I knew it the whole time.
Press the button. It's time to go.
Goodbye, everybody.
Release the Kraken. You're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Don't call me stupid. I'm sensitive.
Where's the car keys?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
I'm stupid. Goodbye, everybody.
It's a what? What is it? What is it? What's going on?
What happened? What is it? Let me see that.
What is it? What do you see?
Hospital. What is it?
It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now.
You can have whatever kind of time you want. I am going to sit here and wait.
Help! Help!
You're listening to 102.7